Welcome to Thursday night, you with independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Teresa Harper. I'm located, excuse me, in Oregon, in the United States. So we are coming up here on some new product releases. Stampin' Up! Will be releasing quite a few. Let me grab a drink real quick and see if I can get this frog out of the back of my throat. Okay. Let me go ahead and see if I can find the channel and get the chat up. Getting the chat up is the hardest part. Open that panel, see what happens. And oh, there we go. No, still don't have that chat. Okay, let's see if somebody jumps on and we get that chat. There it goes. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Laura. Hello, Roxanne Emerson. I don't recognize that name, so welcome. I'm guessing you're a first-time watcher or at least a first-time commenter. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that. Go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. And as I said, we will be using some new product. This is a celebration free choice from the upcoming celebration brochure. This will go live to customers on January 7th. And this is a level 2 stamp set in die set. You get both pieces. You cannot purchase them. You have to earn them with a purchase of $120 or more here in the US. So we're going to be using this tonight. I hope everybody had a very happy new year. Got some rest and relaxation over the holidays. And it's time for us to all get back to work. So here we are, and we're going to start with a treat box because those are my favorite things. And I found these little chocolates at the home goods store near me. And so these are little gold and red hearts, and they're oh so tasty. Even if they are milk chocolate, the Italian milk chocolate is so good, so creamy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's bring in our supplies. Okay, so we've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and this is a piece that is, oh, hang on. I've got 3 box sizes. Let me find the right one. Okay, we want this one here. Okay, so this is 7 by 5 1/4. And let's go ahead and score that up. I hope we do this right. I made this last week, so that does sometimes present as a problem when I make things too far in advance. Okay, there we go. I think you can see that. Let me make sure that's in the frame. There we go. Good job. Okay, we got that. So we're going to score this on the, this is not, yeah, 7 by 5 1/4. No, where do I got 7? Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. This is the size. This box size is if you are making a bunch of them. Okay. Because this, we're making a reinforced box. So I've got 2 two templates for you. One is for this size, which what we're going to be making tonight, and that gives you reinforced sides on both sides and the front. And then I'll also be showing you the template so that you could get 2 out of each sheet of cardstock, but it only has a reinforced front side. Okay, so we're making the double reinforced. So this needs to be 7 by 6 1/4. Okay, good. And on the 7-inch side, we're going to score this at 1/2, 1 inch, 3 1/2, 4 inches, and 6 1/2 inches. Okay, so again, that's 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 1/2, 4, and 6 1/2. Then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to score this one at 1/2 inch. This is the 6 1/4 inch side, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And then we're going to rotate it 180 degrees and score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, now let me grab a piece of paper and I will show you what you will do if you want to conserve. Let me see, that's not big enough. Hang on. If you want to do it with 1/2 sheet of cardstock, because it's just a little bit different. There's not much, but there is a little bit. So let's cut this at 5 1/2. Okay. And then that would leave you a second piece for a second box. And then we need this piece to be the 7 inches. Okay, so that one measurement doesn't change. Still 7 inches. All right. So instead of 6 1/4, we have 5 1/4, right? Yeah, so this is actually, I need to cut this down. Oh my goodness. I just cut 1/2 sheet of cardstock. So 5 1/4. So you can either use a 7 by 5 1/4 inch piece and get 2 with only one reinforced side, or 7 by 6 1/4, which gives you a completely reinforced box. Okay, so again, the 7-inch side is going to score exactly the same. 1/2, 1, 3 1/2, 4, and 6 1/2. Okay, then you'll rotate it and you're going to score at 1, 1 1/2. Are you going to score at 1/2? And 1/2. Okay. So instead of having the 1/2 and 1, you just have the 1/2 inch on each end. Okay. So that's really the only difference in the cutting and the scoring. You have a 5 1/4 by 7 instead of a 6 1/4 by 7. And then instead of scoring at 1/2 and 1, you just score at 1/2 on each end. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I wanted to give you the option in case you want to make multiples. The size of the finished box is exactly the same. So we're going to score on all these lines. Okay. Score Lower those down. Crisp lines are important when you're making boxes. Let's get that done. Okay. Now, we're going to take our paper snips. This will be the front of our box, which means this is going to be the top of our box on this one. Well, actually, both of them doesn't matter because you've got a reinforced front, and then this is going to be the top of the box. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut up on the rectangle. On each of the score lines. Okay, then we're going to fold this in and fold this in, and we're going to cut these off, those smaller circles or those smaller edges. Okay, so we've got this. Now, this is the front of our box. Well, let's go ahead and do this side, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to cut up on the rectangles. If I do this first, then I don't mess up my tabs. Okay, again, I'm going to fold those out of the way. And I'm going to cut these down to one square. All right. Now, if you leave these tabs, then your box will fold like this. Okay, your box will fold completely over the front, like so. If you cut those tabs off on that top part, oh, I didn't do either one of mine that way, then you would tuck those pieces in. Okay. So I'm going to do it as we're folding it with a complete fold over top. One of the templates will show you how to do the tuck tab. Okay. So this is the front, this is the top. We do not need a reinforced section here on our lid. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this small outer rectangle off from both sides. We don't need that. And you could use a trimmer if you want to have a nice straight line. Okay, so now this is what we have. We're going to fold in these, and we're going to miter the edges of these little squares. Okay, just take a little snip. Just to remove a little bit of the bulk. Okay. And this front here, we can cut these completely off, but we're going to cut it off at an angle to remove that because we're going to tuck this tab inside the box. So we're just going to cut it at an angle there. And then we'll finish up these tabs over here. Just angle cut all of them. These are going to be our glue tabs. Okay. So we've got all of that. I'll get that in the trash. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our designer series paper, keeping in mind that this is the top of our box, this is the front of our box, these are the sides. Okay, these are going to be reinforced, and we did forget one thing. It's better to angle cut the very outside rectangle here because you're going to fold that in and it'll just fold in a little bit easier with a little less bulk. Okay, so designer series paper. I am actually using some designer series paper that is currently on the last chance list. This is the Most Adored 12 by 12 specialty designer series paper, and it's $3.60 for 12 sheets of paper, 6 double-sided designs, 2 of each. So we're going to be using this. And again, this is the top of our box. So this is where we want our paper. And this piece of designer series paper is 4 inches by 2.5 inches. And then I've got 2 pieces that are 3/8 of an inch by 4 inch. I'm going to try and lay those down so they sort of match up. And then again, 3/8 by 4 inches. Try to get those the best. Maybe this one needs to go here. Yep, I like that one better. And then we'll put this back here. Okay. And then I've got 2 pieces that are 3/8 of an inch by 2.5 inch. And we're going to put those there. Okay. So let's go ahead and add this. Oh, and then make sure I didn't turn it. I did. Okay, so just center that up. Okay, and I'm going to use liquid glue for these thinner pieces because it's easier to grab a hold of them. Those down. Okay, I'm going to leave that one for just a minute because we're going to talk about that in case you want to tuck inside your box. Okay, so let's put that down. These don't match up perfectly, but nobody's going to notice. And if they do, they're probably being too picky. Okay. So if you were going to have your box open this way, you get the one that has the tuck finger tab, okay? So if you're going to have it open this way, that's where you want your paper on the front. So that would be on the lidded piece, okay? And I just put these in the wrong spot. Darn it. No, I didn't. I did that right. Okay, so that's where those go. If you are not going to in, then you need to put your pieces here, here, and here. Okay, so they need to be opposite if you're not going to use a tuck tab. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and put this one on. And the reason for that is because if you're doing a tuck inside the box, then your sides and the front of your box, these 3 pieces are going to tuck inside and they wouldn't be seen. These are going to be the outer edges, and that's where you would want the paper. Okay, but this is not a tuck tab. So we're going to do it this way, and because we need to put a finger grabber thing here. And because this is 4¼ inches, we're going to do it at 2 1/8. So I'm going to mark that at 2 1/8, just with my stylus ball. And then I'm going to take just a little 1/2 inch circle punch. You don't want much because this is only a 1/2 inch. Okay, so that is now ready. Now let's go ahead and put on our tear and tape. Okay, so we're going to be tucking all 3 of these outside pieces here in for the reinforced edge. So we need tear and tape here and here. And this is on the inside of those flaps. Okay. And then we're going to put tear and tape on all of these little tabs. And the important thing with these is to make sure that you get the tear and tape right up next to the score line on the tab, but not over. So because these tabs are so small, I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape here. And then to ensure that my tabs on the end stay put, I'm going to add a little bit of glue when I secure them. Okay, so we've got all that. Now with this reinforced the way it is on all the sides, we want to make sure that we put the tabs in first. So we're going to, these tabs are going to form the box bottom. So we're going to fold toward the non-DSP edge, okay? And let's get a little bit of glue so I can finish those. So I'm going to remove the tear and tape on these 4 tabs all at the same time. It's just easier for me that way. You can do it however you like. And then I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue at the edge, not a bunch because I don't want it oozing out, but I do want that to grab. And remember with Tombow, if you can see it, it's enough. So we're going to put that cut edge right up to the fold. And because we've used the tear and tape, we don't have to hold that until the Tombow sets, okay? Because the tear and tape is going to do that for us. Okay, so we just go all the way around, cut edge to score edge. Okay, and now I'm going to take the tear and tape off of the edges here. And the reason that we're doing that last is because when we glue this tear and tape edge inside, we'll be covering up those tabs and we'll have a nice clean inside. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove that tear and tape and we'll press in that side. And we'll remove this tear and tape. And we'll press in this side. And then we'll do the front. And really you could do the front and then the sides, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you put your tabs, glue your tabs in before you put down the reinforced edge so that you have that nice clean inside. So you can't see any of those tabs. Okay, So now for the top of our box, we're going to go ahead and remove our tear and tape. Okay, again, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue here. All right, now I'm going to set this down like this, and then I'm going to fold the front down tight, and then I will fold that cut edge to the scoring edge. And by doing it this way, I know that my top will fit. This is a symmetrical box. So if you don't do this, you could have trouble closing your box, but because you've built your sides to fit the box, now you know that it will open and close and stay. Okay, so there's our box. Let's go ahead and throw in our chocolates. I designed this to fit these chocolates. So in a particular order here. So we've got put them in just like that. It's a perfect fit. Put that over the top and we'll set our box aside and we will start decorating. Okay, so let's get to our, I'm going to go ahead and put these templates down while I grab my pieces that I thought I already had caught. Where'd they go? That is not good. I was pretty sure I had that all completely prepped. Oh no, no pieces. Oh, wait a minute. I put them up here. Woohoo. All right, there we go. Panic. Okay, so let's set these aside. From the die set, I've cut this label in basic white. I've used this die to cut some gold textured foil. This is the gold and silver foil. And this is how this cuts. And then when you pull this apart, you get these two pieces. Okay? So we're going to hold on to that one for another project. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So let's grab us some paper, which again, I had right here. What did I do with it? Oh my goodness. Well, I had that paper set here. It even has a die cut already on it. I don't know where I set it down at now. For some reason, it has walked off. Okay, well, let's just grab another piece. I'll find it as soon as I'm finished. Okay, I don't need that much cardstock. Hopefully I didn't cut that too small. Okay, so let's grab our stamps. We've got this piece and this piece, and then we need Just Because I Care. Okay, so we're gonna take this with Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to stamp this down. Oh, like so. And then we're going to take our 3 flowers here. We're going to stamp those in Flirty Flamingo. See if I can get a better image. And then we're going to repeat that in Real Red. Okay. And I'm just going to stamp off on a scrap piece of paper here. Because I'm going from light to dark, I don't really need to clean that. So then we've got our Real Red. And then I took from the dies, and I took a piece of this paper, this just basic white, and I took the Shy Shamrock, and I just colored a section. Scribbled it down with my Shy Shamrock. Big enough to hold my die here. I thought I just wanted to do just get it done, and I wanted it to be kind of a lighter color than the actual cardstock, so I just die cut that. Now there are dies for these. There's just one, so you can cut those, and I have already done that, and I've already die cut those blends. Okay, just to save us some time. And then I did fussy cut this flower out. Okay, I didn't find it to be that hard, so I'll just show you how I started. I'm not going to make you watch me cut the whole thing because I already have it done. So I just turn the paper with my left hand, open and close the scissors with my right. You can be as detailed in the cutting as you want to, or as loose as you want. Really, if you just flip around your cardstock with your non-dominant hand, it really doesn't take that long to cut out. Okay, so you would just keep going until you get that all done. And this is what you would have. All right. Oh, we do need to take and cut. I'm going to cut one of these red, the center red flower. And before I do that, I'm going to put just the teeniest, tiniest mark right at the tip here. Okay, that'll help me figure out where it goes a little bit easier when I need to add it to my Flirty Flamingo. So I'm just going to cut this right on the line. Normally we tell you to leave a white border, but in this case I'm not. Because I'm going to add this right over the top of the other trio of flowers. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. You could just use the one. But I really liked the way this looked, so I took the time to fussy cut that. Okay, and because I have that little dot at the top right there, now I know that that's going to go, that petal's going to go right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that together while we're at it. I'm going to take a glue dot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut the glue dot in half. Okay, and then I'm going to roll this half of a glue dot into a ball with the tip of my pokey tool, and I'm going to put it in the center of that center flower there. And then I'm going to pick this flower up. And because I've marked it, I don't have to look for where that needs to go. Then I'm going to take my stylus and push down in the center of that flower to really set that glue dot. Okay, so we've got that. Now we could keep these, but I've cut into them, so we're going to get rid of those. And we are completely ready to start putting this together. So I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a little tiny dab here and there on my leaves here and on the bigger section of the heart where the 3 leaves come together. I don't have to do it all. Tombow is a very strong glue, so you don't need a ton. Okay, so then we'll take this, and this line on this die cut will fit right on the stamped image line. They line up perfectly. Okay, so then I press that down, and this is what I have. All right, we are almost there. Let me put my cap back on there. The one thing we do still have to do is we need to stamp our sentiment. So we're going to take the Just Because I Care and Real Red ink. You can do My Heart Loves Your Heart. It will fit on this banner. But if you were, oops, I didn't do a very good job with that, you guys. That's not going to work for me. Okay, let's grab that. And let's try it again. Let's do it the right way this time, shall we? Let's just stamp that down. Grab our die cut. Now we know it's all straight. It doesn't matter if we stamped it straight or not. And we'll run this through our mini machine, and then it'll be good. I can be happy. I wouldn't have been happy with it crooked. Oh, I didn't put that in the right side, did I? Okay, well, we'll just roll it on through with our left hand, because it really doesn't matter. Get those out of our way. And now we have a usable sentiment. And I'll toss that one. Okay, let's bring back in our box. Let's get some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just using up what I call the bones. Okay. And then we'll put this a little off center. I need to make sure that I don't go over the back here and that I don't go over the front there. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo ink and a blending brush, and I'm going to put just the hint of Flirty Flamingo over my white there. I didn't like this dark white, so I just added just the tiniest bit. Have some glue on there. Let me just wipe that off with the little chamois that comes with it. Okay. And then we're going to take this, and because we have the die cut, I'm going to use a couple of glue dots. All right. So I'm going to put them, kind of like that. And I'll put one more in the center between them. And I'm doing that because that's what's going to lay in here. And if I just glued it, it would kind of dip a little bit, but the glue dots give me just a little bit of lift. So we'll just put that there. And then we're going to take our flowers here, and I'm going to get some mini dimensionals, and I'll put a mini at each end. And then I'm going to put this kind of like this. I didn't put one in the middle because the middle's on top of that label. And then we're going to add these. Like so. So let's just take a little bit of liquid glue. And again, I don't need a lot. And then I'm just going to shove that in there, like so. That right where those two leaves come together, and a tiny bit on the stem. And believe it or not, that will be enough to hold it all in there. Let me just give it a good press. And because we're on a dimensional, I'm just going to take and slip my bone folder under there. Press that in. And all we have left are the embellishments. So let's grab those. I actually used two embellishments. So I'm using the online exclusives heart sequins. These came out in November. They're not in a catalog. I'm going to take one of the larger ones, and I'm going to put it up here, and take one of the smaller ones, and put it right there. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in the iridescent pearls. And I'm going to take one of the medium ones and put in the center of my red flower, and two small ones in the flirty flamingo flowers. And there is our little treat box. Okay. So here's the one that says, "My heart loves your heart." You could, of course, put a sentiment inside there or on the bottom. This will also fit a gift card. And let me grab one of those just to show you that the size does fit. So you can just shove that. Well, I would put it on the bottom and then put my chocolates on top, but it does fit. Okay. So that's my project that I have for you tonight. I hope you like that. Thanks so much for joining me. If you liked the video, what did Roxanne say? It's funny how yeah, it's funny. Things just disappear, and you had them 2 seconds ago. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks so much for joining me. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your crafty friends. I appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. And I will be back Tuesday night on Facebook with a live tutorial and then back again here next Thursday. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not next Thursday. I think next Thursday might be swim. I might have a swim meet next Thursday, but we'll see because the swim meet got out early enough last time that I was still able to go live. So plan on me being live unless you see a post on Facebook saying differently. Okay, everybody. Good night. Happy New Year. Thank you so much.